Good morning, 7th grade grammar and writing students. It is another week and we are going to keep moving along. We are up to lesson 72 and hopefully you've been understanding everything that we've done to this point. If you are not and you need extra help, you need to contact me. I did hear that some of you are disappointed that these are not live face videos. So for the writing, though, I am going to do a live face video because we are going to be starting a new writing project, and that is the persuasive writing project, and that's the one McDonald's versus Chick-fil-A, or whatever topic you want to do. So I'm going to be doing that one live, just because it's a lot more fun to do it online and to write some of the things down that you suggest. But for the grammar lessons, it's a little bit easier to prep the materials and have them on the screen just so I can point to them with the mouse. So if you remember when we did verbals way back, probably before Christmas, remember we talked about them as being something else in a past life. So in a past life, they were verbs, they were action words. But when we add something to them, when we add an ending or we add a word to them, they can become another part of speech. And they not only can become a noun, which is what we learned about, but they can become an adjective. So you've got to be really careful as you look at the ending or the word added to make a determination about what it is doing in the sentence. So if you will take a look at your gray box, I have typed up some of the information from the gray box up there. I've also added some diagrams to this group of sheets. All of these will be posted. These handouts that I prepare, they're always going to be posted on Sycamore, but you don't have to print them out because it's exactly what's on the front of your screen. It's just that if your mom would want them for some reason or you can't find the video all of a sudden. So remember, verbal, past life, it was a verb, but right now in this chapter, it's acting as an adjective. And there are different words that we need to be familiar with the definition. So participle is one of these kinds of verbals that acts as an adjective, and that is going to be a word that ends in ing, ed, or en. That part is not written on your gray box, but it is important to remember. The infinitive, just like before, has the word to attached to it. And then the one other thing that is really important to remember is that a verbal used as an adjective is diagrammed across the angle of a slanting and horizontal line below the noun or pronoun it modifies. So it is not going to sit on the pedestal that we saw with the nouns. Instead, it's going to drop below the line. And we're going to look at some of those samples in just a minute. So let me scroll down here a little bit and get to the next section. Sometimes a word can be a verb or it can be an adjective. Obviously, these words used to be verbs in a previous life, and they still could be. However, we've got to be really careful. When we see en, ed, or ing, write that in your notes. En, ed, ing. Let's all say it together. En, ed, ing. When we see words with those pieces added to them, we've got to be really careful. Let's look at an example here. The first one, John has broken the window. Well, has and broken are the verb phrase. That's the action. And so that's why I wrote verb there. However, if we look down at the next one, the broken window will be fixed. That's an adjective. It's telling us what kind of window. So in one sentence, broken could be a verb, and in another sentence, it could be an adjective. And that's where it gets really confusing for our foreign friends who are learning the English language. Remember what a difficult time they are having right now. Here's another example. She persecuted her family. Persecuted is obviously the verb. What was the action? Persecuted. Who persecuted? She. That is the verb. However, in the next sentence, the persecuted martyr saw Jesus. That is an adjective. It's telling us what kind of martyr. So we've got to be really careful and cautious as we look at these words. Find the words, then try to figure out what are they doing in the sentence. All right, let's move down to what it looks like when we diagram these. And this will give you a few more examples as to what these adjective phrases that are verbal phrases, what they're looking like in the sentence. So these are all in your book. I just decided to include them here just so we could all look at them together. And if you are looking at the book and want to refer to that, it starts on page 338. The right way to take, here, let me start again. The right way to take is sincere obedience to the Lord. And I know this sentence does not make a whole lot of sense, but here is your infinitive phrase. The right way to take, you're going to see that it's modified the word way, and it is going to drop down, just like a prepositional phrase would. Drop down, take a right, and then you're going to kind of put it on the curve there. Now, we have another is sincere obedience to the Lord. This is not an infinitive phrase. This is a prepositional phrase, and you'll see it diagrammed as such. If you have the preposition and an object of the preposition, you've got a prepositional phrase. If you have the word to and a verb popping in there, that is going to be an infinitive. I've got a second one there. I don't need both of those. Let's see. Here is another one. Isaac surrendered. Let me see. Isaac quietly surrendered the disputed wells is the original sentence. And I didn't put the original sentence up there, so that doesn't help us very much. But Isaac surrendered what? Wells. There's our direct object. But we learned that they were disputed. And so there is our verbal adjective. It's disputed. It's got an ed on it. It tells us what kind of wells. They were disputed wells. And so you see here how they are diagrammed. You bring them down and pop them over. So I always say, come down, take a slight right. And that is how you do your prepositional phrases and your verbal phrases. Now, that is really all that they provide us with here. We also want to look for, we've seen the en and we've seen the ed. ing is another one that you're going to see. And if you'll take a look at page 337, coming down, the first word, the first time you see the word problem. Studying demands concentration and diligence. Now, studying right there is the noun. It is the subject. What demands? Studying demands. But if we use it in another way, it could become an adjective. If I said the studying group got pizza for dinner, I know that's a little awkward, but studying then is the modifier of the word group. So you've got to be really careful. It points out there that studying, if you look down below problem to where it says solution, studying is a gerund and is used as the subject. If you look at the next one, angels are created beings, there we have an ed word, and that is an adjective. What kind of beings? They're created beings. So ed, en, ing, those are the words that you're looking for, the endings, or the word to something. And those are the ones that you have to decide, is it a subject or is it an adjective? So let's hop over to class practice. We have a few more minutes, and I want to make sure that you understand what we're doing. So the first one, Paul and Silas singing and praying impressed the jailer. Now they want us to identify the participle, that's the ing, ed, or en. And they want us to determine whether it's an adjective and tell the word that it modifies. So in that first one, Singing and praying are the adjectives, and they are modifying Paul and Silas. And the second one, let's take a look at that one. The trembling jailer asked them what he should do. So what is the E-D-E-E-E-N or ing word in that sentence? Well, it's trembling. Is it an adjective or is it a subject? Well, it's an adjective and it modifies what word? If you said jailer, you were correct. The next one, the jailer washed their beaten backs. Again, we're looking for ed, en, or ing. Well, there's two here. Ed, washed, and en for beaten. Now, you've got to very carefully figure out what is the subject, what is the verb. Well, what's the action? Washing is going on. Who washed? The jailer. So jailer washed is subject verb. So washed can't be included in this. It's a verb. However, the other one, beaten, en, it can be, and it is modifying what word? If you said backs, you were correct. All right, let's look at B. Do a couple of those. Identify each infinitive used as an adjective and the word it modifies, but not every sentence has such an infinitive. The best book to study is the Bible, and so you're looking for something that has to attached to it, to study. And it is modifying book. What kind of book? The best one to study. The way to heaven has been opened by the blood of Jesus. Well, you're going to say, oh, to heaven, I know that. But if we look at that carefully, to is a preposition and heaven is the object of the preposition. There's a noun coming after that too. You have to look for a verb coming after to. So there's none in there. Number 3, the potatoes to peel are in the bowl. And if you said to peel, modifying potatoes, you were correct. And then if we were going to diagram in C, let's just kind of do that in our minds. We should recognize our need to pray. And so what you want to do first is determine what is the subject and the verb. Well, we as the subject should recognize, and those would be put in the verb section. And then we can answer the question what? We should recognize what? Need. That's going to be a direct object. So if you're writing this down, you would have we as subject, should recognize as verb, and need as a direct object. Then on a slanted line under need is going to be our, and then slanted line take a right is going to be the words to pray, because that's an infinitive modifying need. So I hope that helps you understand this section a little bit. Again, if you're stuck, I want you to email me, send me your email, send me your parents' email, and we'll try to get something set up for Skype or Zoom tutoring. And look for that other video where we're going to start the new writing assignment. So I hope you guys are doing well. I really miss seeing you live. So have a good day.